All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back on the air.
Did you miss us? Did you miss us?
JD and JT. I am Jeremiah, JD, and my friend JT is just Justin, and our special guest,
City Island
City
Plug.
Island Connect,
City Island
or
Plug.
Ryan.
I like to be called the European Connect, but hey, my
right,
friends don't really like it as
We
much.
don't like it that
We
much.
don't.
City Island Plug is lit.
You connect us with the lobster. But anyway,
Facts.
Anyway, all right, folks, it's over. Derek Jeter's career is over.
Say it ain't so. Say it ain't so.
Yankees
It
baseball,
ended-
I don't feel it's going to be the
It's
same.
never gonna be
It
the
won't.
same.
Look at it this way. We're losing Derek Jeter and we get an A-Rod back.
Oh God.
I don't hate A-Rod.
I do. I have a serious problem with Alex Rodriguez, not as
I
a
do
player,
too.
but as a person.
I don't have a problem
Now-
with him as a
Okay.
player.
All right.
You,
All right.
you want me to get into this?
Before we get into
real
A-Rod,
real quick.
quickly, let's just
Talk about
let's
Derek
give a rundown about Derek Jeter. Ladies and gentlemen, Derek Jeter has been the shortstop for the New York Yankees for 20 years now. 20 years. And recently just decided to retire. And this past year has been really tough for Yankee fans. And right now, it's sadness that we feel, especially the fact since
Truly is,
we
truly
couldn't
is.
get into the playoffs. And that also is making us really
Especially
sad.
since it's Derek Jeter's, you know.
Yeah, and last
Last
year I wanted to
year.
send him off maybe with a championship. Who knows? In his last game, Derek Jeter went 1 for 2 with an RBI single, infield single, but still counts.
Exactly.
And this season, Derek Jeter finished with a batting average of 256.
Hey, it's his career batting average is 309.
It's actually 310. Look at
Wow.
that. 256. It's not terrible.
Yeah.
It's not his best.
It's not the best. His on-base percentage 304. That's pretty low.
Yeah.
Slugging percentage 313 with an OPS of 617. 50 RBIs, 149 hits, which is still pretty good.
149?
149.
Really?
Almost 200 hits for a guy who said to be done.
You know, the emotions running through Derek Jeter this season must have been
Unbelievable.
unbelievable.
Especially that last night in the Bronx.
Yes.
Oh my God.
That last night in the Bronx.
that was just the,
That was a tearjerker for any real Yankee fan.
That was unbelievable. Ladies and gentlemen, Derek Jeter's final at-bat in pinstripes. It is a tied game, 5-5, bottom of the ninth.
Still gives me chills.
I still feel like
Runner on second base.
I feel like the Orioles gave him that though.
you know what?
I feel like they gave-
they didn't.
It's
I feel
people
like
like
they
you. It's people like you that give conspiracy to sports.
Conspiracy theories to what? I'm just hear me out.
You could
I
if
feel
you're gonna
like-
go with this conspiracy theory, you could also argue that David Robertson lobbed those two pitches in there so they could tie the game and Derek Jeter could have one more back.
Both those
If you
guys
want to
were
go that
going-
far,
I really do. I feel like they gave him that. I feel like they set Derek Jeter up and hoped that he would come through, and which he did, and which he always does. It's Derek Jeter always comes through.
I don't know about all that right there.
But let me tell you something. It's Derek Jeter's last game in the Bronx. So I'm taking the tray home from work, picking up my check or whatever, and I see a whole bunch of Yankee fans on the D train getting ready to go, to 161.
Okay.
And I see like these two
Shout out
old
to
guys.
161.
I see these two old guys, and they're just talking about Derek Jeter, and like the past 20 years, and I look around the train and I see more people talking about Derek Jeter, and it just showed like how much of effect he had on the people of New York City. That because people on the train, they usually don't want to be bothered. They just want to go home or get to work or whatever, and everybody's on the train just talking about Derek Jeter and how Yankees baseball won't be the same.
It just
showed how he just brought people together. Whether you like baseball or not, he was just a guy your kids could look up to. He was just a stand-up guy.
he was really just a class act, is the best word to put it.
Yeah.
Derek Jeter played the game the right way. You never saw him in any tabloids. You never saw him doing anything wrong. Derek Jeter played the game the right way. He played it hard.
Always got the girl.
Always
got.
Never losing in that area.
Oh,
never losing
never.
in that
Let
area.
me tell you something.
Jessica Biel. Jessica Biel.
Let me tell you something. I read this in a magazine. I read this in a magazine. I heard that he always gives girls like he always gives girls
sends
like
them off with a gift
a
basket
gift
after
that puts
a
him in
night
after a night
heard
or a
about
nice
that.
date.
Look
He
at
puts
that.
him in a limo.
Even
and always
that.
gives him a gift basket.
Even that, he's a nice guy. He's a class
classy,
act.
classy all around.
And His final. Okay, this is his career stats. Are you ready for this?
Ready.
Listen to this. Doubles 544. 260 home runs. You know,
Okay. Yeah. Almost 300 for a shortstop, which
that's
is
not
pretty
bad
good.
for a guy who doesn't have power.
Yeah.
1,311 RBIs, 10,082 walks, 1,840 strikeouts, caught stealing 97 times, stole the base 358, average
Ratio.
of 310, on base percentage of 377, a slugging percentage of 440, OPS of 817, and of course the stat that he will be remembered for the most, hits 3,465.
I always thought he would be the one to break
Pete Rose's?
Pete Rose's record. If he stayed healthy,
Honestly, I believe if he stayed healthy,
he could have done it.
easily, I think he could have been right there with Pete Rose.
Even though I feel Pete Rose should be in the Hall of Fame, but that's a
Oh,
topic.
that's
That's,
a
that's
topic
another
for-
topic. That's a topic for a
another
different day.
And to go along with those stats, Derek Jeter won Rookie of the Year in 1996, won the Gold Glove 5 times,
5-time champ too.
Silver Slugger 5 times, World Series MVP 2000. Same year won the All-Star MVP.
Mr. November.
Mr. November is
Mr.
right.
November.
Mr. November. He was unbelievable.
That was a game for the books.
And numerous All-Star appearances.
Yes.
Too many to even count. I'm pretty
Exactly.
sure it's like 18.
Exactly.
That's amazing.
Unbelievable.
If that's not a first ballot Hall of Famer, I really don't know what is.
Unbelievable.
Allen
He's
Iverson.
just unbelievable. Like the
Oh god.
Allen Iverson.
Yeah, that's a topic for another day.
Allen Iverson is a first.
Allen Iverson
okay,
is a
okay,
first ballot Hall of Famer, but
alright.
will he
He
make
brought-
it to the Hall of
he-
Fame? No.
Right now we're talking about Derek Jeter.
He brought cornrows to the NBA. He brought cornrows to the NBA. So come on, that's a class act right there.
That's a
as
class
well.
act in and of itself.
No, he's not a class act.
Hey, don't disrespect AI. The
Allen
truth
Iverson is far from a class act.
Anyway, back to Derek Jeter.
Through a charitable bowling alley.
Anyway, yeah.
Alleged. Oh, okay. Alleged. Chair thrown. Alleged.
Allegedly throwing
You
a
know.
chair.
In a very, prejudiced part of town. But let's get back.
We're getting on a different topic.
Exactly.
We're getting on a different topic.
Derek Jeter's half
Continue with
black.
Derek Jeter.
Derek Jeter's half black and half white.
all right,
people.
all right.
That's that's
we're not
true.
talking
That's
about
why. That's why I feel like Derek Jeter is the poster person. I don't know how to say it. Poster man, I guess.
Because he's interracial.
No,
I
but
guess?
it shows that like more people I feel like look up to him. I feel like it looks good. You know what
okay,
I'm
I
saying?
get what
Yeah.
you're saying.
As like an idol. You know what I'm
I
saying?
understand.
I didn't know
understand.
Derek Jeter was black until 4 or 5 years ago.
Yeah, his dad.
Yeah, he's-
I saw he's like,
African
yeah,
American.
that's his dad at the game. I said, wow.
Yeah. It's kind of crazy.
You know, Derek Jeter signed my hat and asked me how the game was. Never forget
Really?
that.
You don't say.
I actually met the Yankee roster in how old was I when I was? What year?
You're
was it
asking
when I
me.
was 10? What year was it when I was 10?
You're asking me when you were.
So I figure what is that?
Well, how old are you? 18 or 19? Why are we doing math?
19. I don't know.
Math
But
right now.
the reason why I do not like Alex Rodriguez
Oh,
is
here we
because
go.
he did not sign my hat, and at the time he was my favorite player, and never again will he get my respect.
That's fair.
I mean, I feel,
Randy Jackson walked. Randy Johnson. Jackson Johnson. What's his name?
Randy
oh my
Johnson.
God, Randy
He walked
Johnson.
past me as well.
Well, Randy Johnson was probably at the end of his career. He just didn't.
You
care
know
anymore.
what?
he killed the bird.
Did kill a
That was
bird.
not his fault.
Oh my God.
He killed the
For
bird.
killed is an understatement. He might have. That thing was.
That bird exploded. That bird exploded.
That bird did explode. The man threw probably a
I think-
98
didn't
mile
he do
per hour
it
fastball,
fastball?
and the bird comes flying in, and poof.
Didn't he
the
do
bird
it more?
was gone.
Did he kill more than one bird?
I don't know.
I'm pretty
no
sure
idea.
he did it when he was with what was he with Diamondbacks?
Diamondbacks.
Yep.
Diamondbacks.
I think he did it one more time.
I'll tell you what, Randy Johnson was a pretty awesome player backyard
And these
baseball.
animal rights groups were coming at him because he kept killing these birds.
You know what? It's not his fault.
It really isn't. These birds are in just the wrong place at the wrong time.
Yeah, like, why are you swooping in the middle of a pitch? But
That's what I'm
Do they
saying.
know who they're going up against?
I mean, his fastball is legendary.
It really was. I love Randy Johnson. He was
He
a
had-
great player.
He, had a nice
He was
beard.
a great player. Didn't sign my autograph, but
Yeah, he
class.
had a '70s man beard.
Oh,
He had a nice.
he was one of those guys who would pack a fat lip right before he would get onto.
Yep.
Right before he would get on the mound.
Then pitch a no hitter.
And pitch a no hitter.
Yep. That's the kind of guy he was.
A true gent.
Yes,
A
he
true
was.
gent.
All right. So that's enough about Derek Jeter. I will miss him as a Yankee fan.
As always.
I was probably born the same year he came into the league.
We all
So
were.
We were.
We all were.
He came in
95.
No, he came in
95.
96.
Came in as a young boy.
Yeah.
Came in as 96.
So he will be missed.
Absolutely.
But let's talk about what's going on now. MLB right now. Postseason's here.
Mm.
Whew. Who's excited?
I'm very excited because of those one-game wild card playoffs.
Those one-game wild card playoffs
They'll
are
get
pretty
you.
great.
Exactly.
They'll get
That
you.
was a great
Who's
thing.
playing on? Who's the first wild card game?
The first wild card game is going to be played tonight,
Okay.
and it is between the Oakland Athletics and the
Uh-huh.
Kansas City Royals.
Ooh.
Oh, that's a game.
It's a great game. The
Ooh.
pitching matchup is John Lester against James Shields.
Ooh.
I am pretty excited for this game.
I'm very excited.
Now,
This
who's
is-
taking it, though?
I want the
we'll
Royals.
get to that. We'll
I
get to that.
want-
We'll get to
I
that.
want the Royals.
Tonight is the first night in over 20 years that the Kansas City Royals are in the playoffs.
Yeah, man.
It's been a long time.
Wasn't the last time we were in the playoffs they won the World Series?
They won the World
I
Series.
believe in
think.
85
That was,
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
with
but-
George Brett.
Yeah. And that was a crazy World Series.
That was a crazy World Series. This is the first time in a long time.
I feel like they should have won their division though, but they slacked off.
In fact, it's been such a long time that because the Kansas City Chiefs were beating your Patriots so bad in the fourth quarter, they actually started cheering "Let's Go Royals." That's how bad things got last night
You know what?
at Arrowhead Stadium.
You know what?
You're just gonna. Wait, can I
You're
live?
trying to take
I'm
Justin
sorry.
out. You're
Can
just
I
trying to
live?
take
Sorry.
Justin out.
Can
As
I
a
live?
Jets fan, I can't let this go.
Can I live? Every week is a bad week for the Jets. Every week.
You watch your mouth.
Every week is a bad
They
week.
go out there and they fight every day.
Oh yeah. They fight to stay in the game.
They
not-
give it their all.
Apparently they don't. Apparently they do not.
Okay.
Don't even get started on Rex Ryan.
Oh, okay.
You know
Anyway.
what? You watch your mouth.
Anyway, listen.
You want to get us on Bill Belichick?
Oh, he's a classic.
Let's leave it alone.
Yeah. You want to
Leave it alone.
get back
Move it
to a
on.
few years ago?
Let's leave it alone there. Anyway, tomorrow
quarter.
night's game, we have the NL wildcard game, which is between the Giants and the Pittsburgh Pirates.
I hope the Pirates.
Pirates. I really want the Pirates to win, man.
They're just
The-
they're such a sad organization.
I don't think they're going to win that game because Madison Bumgarner's pitching, and Madison Bumgarner's a very good pitcher.
Now,
I thought Adam Wainwright would be pitching.
No, Adam Wainwright's on the Cardinals.
Oh, I thought you said the Cardinals. I'm sorry.
No, sir. I said the Pirates and the Giants.
Oh.
Although, however, Friday's game is between the Cardinals and the Dodgers.
I had the Dodgers winning that.
yeah, Dodgers are.
Clayton Kershaw.
Before you start, listen to this pitching matchup: Adam Wainwright
Mm-hmm.
and Clayton Kershaw.
I have Clayton Kershaw has just been on another level.
Clayton
too
Kershaw
great.
is without a doubt the best pitcher in baseball.
Didn't he miss like
He
his
is too
first three
great.
starts too? When he had an injury.
I
at
think
the
he
beginning of
made
the
his
season?
first start, and then like the next two he probably missed
Unbelievable. I feel like he's the NL MVP.
Man is great.
easily.
NL MVP.
Easily. I would have given it first to Troy Tulowitzki, but he got hurt with a hip injury and
Yeah.
he was out. Then I would have given it to Giancarlo Stanton, but
Absolutely.
he got hit with that nasty pitch, and he's done. He was done for like 20
and he
games.
still led the NL with home runs at
and
37.
still led the NL with home runs.
Unbelievable.
But right now, I'm gonna have to give it to Clayton Kershaw.
yeah.
Listen to these stats. Listen to this unbelievable season Clayton Kershaw just finished. ERA of 1.77.
Unbelievable.
So that means every time a team played him, they never scored more than 2 runs.
He's just so reliable.
With a record of 21-3. 21-3. 239 strikeouts. And a whip, which for those of you who know is walks and hits per innings pitched, of .86. .86.
oh my god.
.86.
He's just so reliable. Very reliable.
And young.
How old is he?
26 years old.
Only 26?
26 years old.
Didn't he sign like a major contract?
And he just signed a huge deal and worth every penny.
What was it? A 10-year deal?
I believe so. It was a lot. It was a lot of money. That's why we need a stat guy.
We do need City Island Plug. What are you here
Our
for?
City
City
Island
Island Plug makes his appearance and blesses this room with his presence.
God.
Okay.
All right. Anyway.
Shout out to Burnside.
Okay.
Shout out to Four Line.
All right.
You're
That's
from
enough.
City
All my guys out in the Bronx.
That's enough. That's
I
enough.
may
Yeah.
be from City Island, but the hood loves me.
Oh.
Representing Soundview,
All right.
Rosedale Projects. You already
Quiet,
know, boy.
quiet down, our special guest.
Put him on
Anyway,
mute.
Six
Mute
line,
him.
boy.
You
No, no,
might get muted.
no.
You need to chill out over there.
Mute him.
Anyway,
6 line.
Clayton Kershaw also threw a no-hitter this year, in which he was the first and only pitcher to have no walks and 15 strikeouts.
Really?
Isn't that amazing?
He's just amazing.
If it wasn't for Hanley Ramirez and his terrible fielding, he would have had a perfect game.
Beggars can't be choosers.
Beggars can't
You
be
know what?
choosers. And eventually, I'm sure he'll throw a perfect game because he's
only
just that great.
He's only 26.
He's only 26 years
only
old,
26.
and he's the best pitcher in baseball.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Another guy, I want to shout out Justin Morneau.
Justin Morneau. Great season.
I remember he was with the Twins. He was struggling. So many concussions. All of that. So many injuries. And look at him now. Leading the NL in batting average.
Pretty great.
Exactly.
All right. So let's talk about some of these other matchups. We have Detroit at Baltimore on Thursday. Friday, we also have, again, Detroit at Baltimore. And then we got to wait and see on these wild card games to see who plays who.
I don't trust Detroit because of their pitching.
I don't either.
Justin Verlander is not the man he used to be. He used to be
not.
the best pitcher in the world.
I thought so too when he won MVP and Cy Young in the same
He
season.
was the best pitcher, probably the best player in the world at that point, but then he just fell off. And Clayton Kershaw just said, it's time for me to come up.
And he has come up.
He has.
He glowed up.
He glowed up.
He glowed up.
He
as we like to
glowed
say.
up, as
He
we
Shout out
looked
to
like-
OTF.
Oh God! All right.
He's going to get muted soon.
He's on the cusp.
He's
of getting
about to
muted.
get muted soon.
Okay. Anyway, so Justin,
Yes.
let me have your prediction for tonight's game.
Okay.
Oakland at Kansas City. Who you got?
Kansas City boy.
I want Kansas City to win just because of the organization.
As well as everybody else.
You know, A-Rod makes more than their whole payroll.
This is true.
A-Rod makes more than a whole team's payroll.
That's a scary thought, which is why.
But I really trust the Oakland A's pitching.
Mm.
They picked up a lot of good people during the trades. They got John Lester for a great deal. So I feel like John Lester is gonna pull him through tonight.
I think so too. Fitz, what are you doing with the mic?
You know,
Shoot him!
this is my first time in a radio room.
All right,
I'm examining everything. I'm
Be
sorry.
easy now. Okay.
Sorry, pal.
My pick for tonight, based on what I've seen from James Shields in the playoffs, has a 4.98 ERA career. I know they like to call him Big Game James,
Yeah.
but I don't think he can get it done tonight. And because of John Lester, are you ready for this?
I'm ready.
You ready for this stat?
I'm ready.
John Lester, in his postseason career, is third in ERA with a 2.11.
Like he's very reliable. When he was with the Red Sox, he was he was getting you a W.
He's very reliable. This is a guy who has survived cancer.
Yes, and
A
made that
lot of
comeback.
people forget that. Same year, he came back, threw a no-hitter.
Unbelievable.
He's a great pitcher,
He is.
and I think he will get the job done tonight for Kansas
Absolutely.
City.
Absolutely.
And then I think they will make it to their next game.
Mm-hmm.
And I think they'll keep going on,
Absolutely.
chugging along, as they say. All right. Now, can I get some predictions for,
World Series.
let's say, World Series? Let's go World Series.
Royals and Pirates boy.
Royals and Pirates. Wow. Two Cinderella teams.
Exactly.
I have
exactly
I,
why.
it's possible.
I have the
Exactly why.
Angels. I have
No,
the Angels.
You know what?
I like the Angels.
They're
a lot.
hungry. They are both hungry.
I have the Angels because Mike Trout.
Yes, this is, ladies and gentlemen, this is the first time we will get to see Mike Trout in the playoffs. I'm very excited for that.
Mike Trout has been so unbelievable.
Mike Trout is probably the new face of baseball.
He's one of the few stars. Him, Giancarlo Stanton,
I'd say
maybe Bryce Harper.
maybe Bryce if he can get it together this postseason. We'll
But
see.
he does pretty well in the postseason.
he does play well.
I remember during the year they were talking about benching him, and then he hits a game walk-off home run. They was like, "Oh, let's send him back down to AAA."
You know,
He says
he's
no.
great. He's
Yeah.
great. There's no doubting he's not good.
Yeah, if he stays healthy, I really believe he can be a future star.
I think so too.
And the Nationals, I feel their pitching's pretty good. So I'm believing
Nationals do have a good pitching squad.
it. So I think it's Angels out of the AL, and the NL. I have the Dodgers. That would be a pretty good World Series.
it's a popular pick, but I'm not fascinated by it.
Why? It's a rival.
And what they would call the Freeway Series. But
It's a rival World Series back like 2000 when it was Mets Yankees.
I don't know if it has the same sentiment though.
Clayton Kershaw and Mike Trout.
There's no doubt it would be a superstar World Series.
Exactly.
But I don't know. This is my thing. Okay, the Cardinals every year somehow manage to make it in. And just about every year they are right in the mix for
All
the
the time.
championship.
All the time.
Every year.
All the time.
Last year they made the World Series.
All the time. They used to
They
be
were
like
the wild card team last year, and they made it in.
all the time.
They have veterans on that team who know how to win.
Absolutely.
Oh my God, our special guest is losing it over here. As if you can't see,
What are you doing?
I don't know what he's doing. He's losing it. I think that is
Time for commercial
might
break.
be a time for another commercial
sorry.
break, and we'll talk about our last
That's my ADD
thing
kicking in.
on the JD and JT show in the afternoon with our special guest Ryan Fitzpatrick.
What's the song coming
Sit
up?
down, plug.
The song coming up right now is by Outkast.
Oh, I gotta give a quick shout out. This is to my baby Kaylin that goes to Cardinal Spellman.
Jesus Christ.
Shout out to Kaylin. You know the love
Folks,
of my
for those
life.
of you who don't know,
That is Ryan Fitz.
Kaylin is our special guest sister.
Sister, younger sister. So you
Younger
know he would
sister.
have a problem with that, but he knows I love her.
You know-
So I just want to say,
You know, Justin's my brother, but I don't know how this would work.
I just want to say I love you, babe, and this song goes out to you.
All right,
This is a horrible
so-
song to go out to somebody.
Yeah, it's not the best, but
She knows the sentiment.
anyway, we have a throwback of Outkast,
Here we go.
very popular song.
Real
Hey,
boy.
Here you go.
So here we go. Let's play the song right now.
1, 2, 3.